Okay, let's have a look at the next one, which is letter B right here. Letter B, on the other video where we did normal form, we started with this, a series of perfect fourths on top of each other, and we got it down to 3, 5, 8, 10. This is the normal form. This is the most compact form of those three pitches. Okay, so now let's try to find the inversion. Now, we'll start by just inverting each one of the pitches. So we'll start with 3, which is here, and there's a couple ways you can look at it. You can look here on this keyboard if you want to. 3 is the E flat, right? You can see that. And if you think 3, you can see that it's 3 half steps above C right here, which is 0. So the inversion is just going to be 3 half steps in the other direction. It's just going to be this A. So if I invert 3 around the axis of C, I'm going to get 9 right there. Okay, so the first one is going to be A. Let's move it down an octave like that. And then we have F. And we want to invert F, so if you look over here at F, or 5, this is a perfect fourth above C, or what if you want to call it 5 half steps. So to invert that, we're just going to go the opposite direction here. We're going to go a perfect fourth down to 7. So we're going to go to the G. So if I invert F around the axis of C, I get G. Let's see, maybe we can just do it like this. There we go. And then we have A flat. So A flat, well, here's an A flat over here. It's the 8. And if you can see, it's a major third below C. So we're just going to invert it. We're just going to reflect it over to the major third above C, which is 4. So that's going to be E. And finally, 10, which is the B flat right here. Oops. That's a whole step below C, so we're going to go to D, which is a whole step above C. And that's going to be our inversion right here. So you can see that I took the inversion of each one of those pitches like that. You can think about it with the clock face too if you want to. So here was 3, and that became 9, which is A. And then 5, where's 5? Here's 5, sorry, I couldn't see for a second. 5 becomes 7, which is G. Then we had 8 over here. 8 became 4, which is the E. And then we had 10, which is the B flat, and that became D, which is 2. So either one of those ways of thinking about it is fine, but this is what we mean when we talk about inversion. But of course we're not done. This is just the beginning. We're just getting started, right? Because now we have to put this in normal form, right? So we're going to start out just by putting that in ascending order, like this. And then I am going to put the numbers in above because that just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so here we now have the numbers, and this is in ascending order. We don't know if this is normal form yet. It might be, but we're not sure until we check all of the different rotations. So here are our 4 pitches, 2, 4, 7, 9. This is the inversion now of these 3. So now let's put it all in all of its rotations. So I'm going to try to find the one that has the smallest, the most compact, so we have normal form. I can actually see it right now, and maybe you can too. The outside interval here is a perfect fifth, D to A. Here is a minor 7th, E to D, so that's bigger, so it can't be this one. This one here, the outside interval is a major 6, so it can't be this one. This one here, it's a minor 7th, so it can't be this one. So here is our normal form right here. So this is how we would write that if we were just going to use our bracket notation. So brackets, 3, 5, 8, 10, no comma, no spaces in between. Is that a space right there? Oh, I thought it was. No, good. No spaces, just brackets and commas. And then the inversion, we write T0I, meaning we didn't transpose it at all. We just inverted it. We were 0. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. For the next pitch class set, let's look at this one right here, which we found the normal form for the other day, 4, 5, 8, 9, 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to invert it. We're going to find the inversion. So just like all the others, we're going to take each pitch and we're going to invert it, and we're going to invert it around this axis right here, this 0, 6 axis. Okay, so we'll just take it one pitch at a time, starting with 4, which is our E. Over here on the clock face, we can see 4 is right here, and it inverts to 8. So 4 is 4 half steps above 0, but it's 8 is 4 half steps below 0. That's why that works. So it's just a reflection. So 4 is going to become 8. So 8 is the note A. Okay. Then we've got 5 here. 5. Here's 5. It turns into 7 when we invert it. So 7 is going to be our G. And then we have an 8 right here. So 8 is over here on the clock, and it's going to go over to 4. So we're going to need an E like this. And then we have a 9. 9 is 3 half steps below 0. So we're going to go 3 half steps above. So we're going to go to 3, which is our E flat. And then finally we have 0. If you remember 0, 0 just stays right where it is. So you got our clock face right here, and 0 stays at the top when we flip it around. So we're inverting. You can always look at the keyboard also if it makes more sense to you. So for example, we've got 4 right here. On the keyboard, 4 is right there. And you can see it's a major third here above C. So, oh whoops, then I made a mistake, didn't I? How come nobody told me? So 4 is a major third above C, so we actually need a major third below C, so this should actually be an A flat. I'm sure that I would have discovered that there in a second. I'm sure that if you were in the room, you would have told me about that. So up a major third, down a major third. And then we have F, which is F. F is here on the keyboard. It's up a perfect fourth from C, so we're going to go down a perfect fourth, and that's going to get us to our G. Okay, so this is just another way you can look at it. And then 8. So 8 is right here. 8 is a major third below C. So we did this before actually when we did E. E became A flat, so of course E flat is going to become E like this. And then here's the 9, which is the A right here. It's a minor third below C, so we're going to need the E flat, which is a minor third above C. That's what we have right here. And then of course we have C, which is to C. So we've inverted the pitches. Now we just have to put this in normal form, and we got it. So the first step is to put these pitches right here in ascending order. So I decided to make this E flat a D sharp, just so that I wouldn't have two notes that are on the same line, just so I'm less likely to get confused. So C, then I went to D sharp instead of E flat, because I could do that, we don't care. Then E natural, G, and A flat. So let's add those numbers here. Okay, so I've got my numbers here above. Now what I want to do is I want to put them in every possible order where they're consecutive, but just with a different starting note. And then we're going to find which one is the most compact, so which one is going to be our normal form. Okay, so now we have all of the possible ordering, starting with the one with C at the beginning, and then we have the one with E flat or D sharp at the beginning, E. So let's figure out which one is the most compact. So the interval here between, in this first one, between C and A flat is going to be 8 half steps or a minor sixth. So let's see if we have anything smaller than that. Here we've got 0. We can do it numerically. If you have a hard time seeing what the interval between D sharp and C is, you could just say 0 minus 3 equals -3, which in mod 12 means we add 12 to it, so that's going to be 9, so it's a major sixth. Major sixth is bigger than a minor sixth, or 9 half steps is bigger than 8 half steps. So this one's not the winner. Here we've got D going up, or E going up to D sharp, which is almost an octave. It's one less than an octave, so that's 11 half steps. Not the winner. We want to beat 8 half steps. G going up to E. That's 4 minus 7. That's going to be a -3, which is 9 half steps, major sixth. 9 is bigger than 8, so this is not the winner. This is looking like we might have an easy one. A flat up to G, 11 half steps. It's a major seventh. So it looks like this here is our winner, right? This is our normal form of the inversion. So we've got the first pitch class set here, and then here it is the inversion, which we move to normal form. Let's see what they sound like if you get to listen to them. That's the original. They sound similar, you know. They're not exactly the same, but they do sound similar, don't they? So going back to this bracket notation, this was our first pitch class set in normal form, and if we were going to use the bracket notation, we write 4, 5, 8, 9, 0 in brackets with commas, no spaces. Can't emphasize that enough. Well, maybe I could, but so far I don't think I have. And then the inversion is just this one right here. So we would write T subscript 0i, T0i, we're going to have the brackets, and this is going to be our inversion. So it would be possible to do this completely with numbers without looking at the notation or the keyboard or the clock face. Maybe we'll do the next one that way and see how that works. But there we go, that's that one. So now if we wanted to use our bracket notation, we've got that right here. We'll have a bracket, and we've got our integers 4, 5, 8, 9, 0, commas in between, no spaces anywhere. It's very important. I can't emphasize that enough. And actually that is this one over here. I'll have the right thing highlighted. So that's our normal form, 4, 5, 8, 9, 0. So then we just figured out the inversion, this one right here, which another way of saying inversion is T0i. T0, we didn't transpose anything, all we did was invert every pitch in this pitch class set, and then we put it in normal form. So here's T0i, or just the inversion of this pitch class set. You know what I mean?